where the shadows creep. Dirty Fylth is joining while Cryptid sleep. Sasquatch dancing from the solid skies. Monkman's ventures with glowing eyes. It's Dirty Fylth and Cryptid cartoon. Space out radio, blasting past the moon. Dogman howls, aliens grin. Buoys block as the weird begins. Charles and legends that we love, from swampy lands to stars above. Rushes pays, the crowd leans in. Every stroke lets the fun begin. So buckle up, touch truth news. Dirty Fylth and Cryptid cartoons. Space out radio, we starting for you.
Hello, creeps and cryptids, and welcome to another episode of Cryptid Cartoons with Dirty Fylth, and also Fox Vegas, and no cats right now. That'll probably change. I'm here every Saturday from 3 p.m. Mountain for about an hour or so, and you can also catch Dave Scott Monday to Friday and Lee Strauss on Friday evenings with Element 115. And don't forget, you can go to the website, buy some fancy swag. Oh. What is this Dirty Fylth? Hello, super crazy movie geek. But yes, go to the website, buy some interesting spaced out radio clothes. You can even buy underwear with Dave's face on it. So you can have Dave's face on your crotch at all times. What other reason do you need? So yes, originally I was going to bonk my head on this thing. Originally I was going to finish the Heist drawing, but unfortunately, the Gremlin decided he was going to scratch the crap out of the drawing that I had done. So I had to whip up 6 shorter, smaller drawings, which will turn into some stickers at some point in time. Yes, so unfortunate cat happenings had happened, and so there was a slight change in plan. So here we are. I got 6 different drawings. This first one is the cat fuzz. The UFO that is it was a square cube inside of a sphere, which I believe was seen on the East Coast during some military training things. I believe it was the Navy that's seen them. East Coast of America. And I think it was 2014-ish is when I believe that was seen. But apparently it was a cube inside of a circular bubble of some sort. I just remember hearing about it briefly, and it's one of the things that nobody's ever really seemed to talk very much about anymore. But nonetheless, I'm drawing a cartoon of it. And I got smart. I went and got a tweezer so I can get these cat fuzz out here a little bit. Cat fuzz out of here a little bit better. Sometimes, maybe. Well, it worked the other day. A much better. Cat fuzz. No matter where you go, if you got cats, there's going to be cat fuzz. You could open up a brand new box of magic erasers and there could be gargoyle fuzz in there. That's usually what happens. So yes. Oh, let me just say hi to everybody here real quick. Hello, Kitty Caddywhack and Lil Cam. And oh, look. Hey, there's Fox. Hi, Fox. How's it going? And then we have, hello, Roger Blair. I hope you're doing well. And Super Crazy Movie Geek. Hello again. And Skipped Maluski. Hi. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And Lucky Gypsy. Always nice to see you. I see my pal, Big Bino from Oz. And Andrew and Gnome's Trucking Express. If you need any of your UFO parts sent to you, call Andrew Gnome's Trucking Express. 1-800-GNOME. I know that's probably not the correct number, but Andrew, you can feel free to plug your Trucking Express company on the show here. Tell people that you will load the product onto your truck and not get the guy at the dock to do it like everybody tries to at my work. Lazy bastards. All right. The second drawing I'm doing down here in the far corner, this is a sticker for a Zombunny, which is going to be Domino because he looks like tasty mint flavor, but I've been assured that he does not taste like mint. I'm gonna just take Fox's word for that. When she's not looking one day, give him a taste and see if he tastes like mint or not. He'll probably yell at me and throw something heavy at me. Yes, also, at the end of the show, I will be giving away some boobies. I have another giveaway at the end of the show. So you'll have to get yourself, hello, Roger Blair. You have to pick a number between 1 and 100, and at the end of the show, I will roll some dice. And you have to have a physical mailing address or a post office box. Unfortunately, if you're a hobo and you live in a cardboard box, I cannot send this to you. Unless there's like a pizza joint where I can mail it to, and you can pick up your mail there. So yes, at the end of the show, I will be giving away a cartoon. It's in these fancy magnet things. You stick them on the back of your fridge or your gun safe or your toolbox. Look at Skip to Maluski going with Mario Lemieux number. See what I did there? Hockey reference. Yes.
Almost rhyming.
Yep. Sometimes I amaze even myself. Yes. So you pick a number between 100, 1 and 100, and we will roll, and somebody will go home happy. Well, you're already at home, but you will remain in your house and happy, or your trailer, or houseboat, or wherever you are in the universe. Maybe you're on the International Space Station watching. I don't think they have internet up there. I'm not sure. And if they do, it's probably better than my internet at my house. I'm not joking because my internet is terrible where I live. So, yes. Pick a number between 1 and 100. We will get to that at the end of the show, and I will mail it to you promptly on Monday. Except for guys like Baked Dano, who's got to wait 700 years for his package to get to him now. Apparently the missus is giggling about something. She's got a case of the giggles, everybody. All right. And this one here is the Mothman eating a slice of pizza because he enjoys his pizza. He's a pizza enjoyer. He's an enthusiast of the pizza variety. And he also likes the Chicago Blackhawks. That's his hockey team. So yes. Color this all in. It's very important to make sure that at nighttime you have purple close to any of the light sources because, things get lighter as they get closer to the light source. Who would have thunk it? That's why.
Says the gnomes can chase away them lot lizards. Gave me an idea. Dirty Phil.
Excellent. What the heck's going on out there? Probably the cats are probably escaping again. You're welcome there, Andrew. Those lot lizards, I tell you. I used to go driving. My dad used to drive Super Bee. He would drive mostly lumber. He would haul, and I used to go with him when I was 16. And he'd phone me on a Friday, be like, "Hey, we're going up to Fort McMurray. You want to come hang out with me for the ride?" And of course, 16 years old, and my dad would take me to high level. I would tarp the load of lumber, and he would drive back to Edmonton and dump me off at the house in the middle of the night, give me $100 and pack of smokes, and there you go. What more could you ask for when you're 16? Damn fuzz. This cat fuzz. They don't even care either. Jerks. Yes, that's my trucker story. Yes, skip to the Maloo. I bet you Tim would. I wonder if he even knows I do a show on Saturday. Is he working? I wonder. I should phone him and pester him. Phone him right now and be like, "Tim, come watch the show." Tim's a pretty cool guy. I get to meet him in Vegas. He even gave me a big fancy cigar. That was nice of him. And then we shot the breeze and had a wobbly, and I think we went sauntering. We were at some like fancy little, I don't know what you call it, like a special clubhouse, penthouse suite type thing, and it overlooked Fremont Street. We sat there and looked at all the peons beneath us and felt like we were royalty of some sort. It was a ton of fun. But yeah, Fremont Street's out of control. Vegas is out of control. But I also have some terrible news. I won't be able to go to the Spaced Out Radio Vegas thing because I bought a house, so now I'm really poor. But I have a house, which is cool. Well, I'll be able to set up a completely different art setup, which will allow me to have the cat cam so the cats can still ignore me and never show up because they're jerks. If life is an algorithm and you have to click there to edit it, I would still keep myself bald because you know what? My showers consist of like 3 minutes. I just rinse myself off and I'm done. Everybody else has got to struggle mightily and they got to put their conditioner in their hair and so it's get lots of body on it and everything. Unbelievable. All right. So yes, back to this drawing here. This is going to be Carl, Mr. Fancy Pants, because he has a monocle and he's wearing a nice jacket, a nice suit jacket thing. Because sometimes he even impresses himself. And a top hat. So next weekend I will have to do I will redraw the picture. Luckily I have this fancy light table board thing that I use. So when this happens, because this has happened a couple times, Gremlin, where he's decided that, I'm just going to take this piece of paper here because I don't know what's on it. I don't care. It's a cat. And I'm just going to claw it up a little bit and then carry on my way. So it's happened a few times to me. It's usually the Gargoyle that does it, but the Gremlin was being a bad kitty. He's just upset because I have no cat snacks for him today. I have to go buy some. I gave them all cat snacks on Thursday when I got home yesterday. And I realized there was no cat snacks, and Whiskey was yelling at me, and the Gargoyle was barking at me, and everybody was all out of control. And I was like, "Lover, help me!" And she just laughed at me and left. So great. So here's Mr. Fancy Pants Carl with his monocle. I should actually draw a cartoon of that. That'd be hilarious. This is why everybody has to believe me. I'm a journalist with my monocle. Oh, we have a cat. Which one is it? Hello, boy. It's that Gargoyle, the most handsome fellow in the world. Aren't you, mister? Don't even think about it. He's thinking about it. He's out of control. I have to have some tea to lubricate my throat hole. 1 minute.
He's in his regular spot.
He's assumed the position, piled on top of Foxx, and violating her personal space because, cats.
Yeah.
Here's my butthole.
Yeah, tail right in the face. There you go.
Especially in snow parking on the interstate shoulders. Yeah, make sure you put your chains on when you're going up to Coquihalla here in Canada. Some people don't do that because, not very bright.
Oh, and cat snacks.
Oh.
From courtesy of Bino.
Oh, thanks, Big Bino. You're out of control with your spending. I'm going to tell your wife to take your credit card away. I appreciate that, mister. I will get extra snacks this time. I've just been busy this week. Otherwise, I would have went and got more. But it seems like every time I buy them, the cats keep wanting more. And they keep doing that cat thing where I tell them no. And then next thing I know, I don't know. It must be some kind of mind control type thing. Next thing I know, there they are getting snacks. And yeah. Little bastards. But you know what? You got to have the cats and the dog if you have space. Because, who wouldn't want to have a dog man prowling their yard? Never get any junk mail or cheap flyers or anything like that. Or, all the Jehovah's aren't going to come visit you. Well, maybe. Actually, the one nerd at the Devi store, he plays D&D with the Jehovah's.
Hmm.
That's crazy. Actually, I know Brandon Fugel's a big Dungeons and Dragons fan as well. I mean, you have to have a pretty good imagination if you own a haunted ranch that's got spooky things happening on it. And about 10,000 of my drawings.
And there he goes.
And the Gargoyle has left us. Because he's going to go probably beat up his brother. He's been beating up that Gremlin all day today. Yeah. Poor Gremlin. He's not smart enough to figure out that he's actually bigger and could probably beat up the Gargoyle. But, it's that orange cat deficiency that they have. And here is his zombie. He's just hanging out. He hasn't been captured yet. Usually we send Whitney out to go collect up all the zombies and junk. Where the hell is he? Oh,
Ran away.
before I forget, I have
This guy. This lazy bastard.
Yes. Look at him. I have this.
Stanton.
Oh yes, Stanton. I have this fancy Stanton plushie here, and he has his crazy carpet because you have to have a crazy carpet if you're doing winter things. And Fox's mom was kind enough to crochet, I believe is the correct knit.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a difference depending on the tools, I think. Knitted this fancy little can't really see the top of him very good, but there he is. He's all fancy dancy. There's 3 of them that we have all together. I'll show the next ones next week
when they're actually made.
when they're all put together and everything.
Yeah, the other 2 are still undergoing plushification. It's the consciousness transfer into the drones that takes a while.
Yeah, it's I just let Foxx deal with all the difficult stuff. I just draw the cartoons. But we'll have those, and we're gonna make. Well, I'm not gonna make them. It will be Foxx making them for the art walk. We're gonna have some Sprogs and 32 Squared, I believe, who is also one of the drawings I'm gonna do today, and yes, possibly some other things. And my website is being updated as well, so if you're interested in any of that stuff, it'll be on there. Not currently, it's being updated. My web witch is back from her New York excursion, so she will be able to put that together. Oh, excuse me, I burped. Alrighty. Yes, hello Jeff Garvey and the Jaquita and Juliana as well, because you guys just snuck in there and I wasn't paying attention. And then we were showing off plushies and whatnot. Because that's what Foxx does. She turns all my drawings into badass cartoon plushies. They're one of a kind. There's only ever one made. And Baked Beano has 2 on the way to him right now as we speak. He'll be able to show them off to people. And then I don't know, maybe he owns like I don't know, some kind of yowie or something in his backyard. He can give that to him, and then the yowie will have a plushie to hang out with. Nightcrawler and Lady Nightcrawler going all the way down to Australia. Probably like 800 degrees there right now. Everybody's wearing shorts and bikini bottoms, and all the buff dudes are out there showing off to all the cute girls and everything. All right, now this is 32 Squared delivering a plate of adult beverages, probably to Carl Stanton and Allen. And they're probably hatching up some kind of plan to make money, and it's going to backfire on them, because that's usually what happens with those guys. Nothing ever seems to work for them. Damn it. There we are. Forgot this is stupid button thing. Usually my drawings aren't this big or take up this much space. And I apologize if you can hear Mrs. Fylth yelling away in the background. Probably talking to her pops. Great. And 32 Squared is a television set that believes he's actually a Soviet satellite, which he is not. It says right on the back of him, manufactured in Chicago. And Bigfoot usually corrects him about that, but he thinks he's part of the KGB as well, which he has a terrible, forced, fake Russian accent. Terrible, terrible guy. But he's the main bartender at the Space Bar. Pretty much all the cryptids hang out and do things. And they play games where they steal Bigfoot's change jar, which I would normally be drawing that, but that gremlin decided to do orange cat things and break it because he just doesn't care because he's orange. So there we are. If anyone's wondering, the Space Bar is kind of where it's the setting that I have most of my artwork is based around that, and it's set in the city's just called the city. I didn't want to give it a name or base it on any real place. If it was based off anywhere, it'd probably be something like Edmonton, where I live, because I think like Vancouver or something would be too big. New York would be too big, and there's enough weirdness in Edmonton to make it appropriate. Oops, a little bit too much water on that one there, folks.
Well, if it's kept vague, then it could be any city, and it's more relatable.
You can, yes, and you can apply it to yourself. Be like, hey, I think there's look at that cat fuzz. I think there's somewhere like that in my city. There is one castle. It's actually kind of funny because there is one castle in the city, and it is owned by Lady Nightcrawler. And actually, Edmonton does have a castle house in it, which is kind of neato. I think I mentioned that on one of the shows. But if I remember correctly, the guy was a banker of some sort, and he's all retired and everything. And I guess back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, he decided he was going to build a castle on top of his garage. So he built a castle on top of his garage. And there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Probably just absolutely insane parties, I bet there. I wish I was that guy's neighbor. But anyway, The Jaquita says, if you decide to go to the bar, have a few drinks, and you'll see all these cartoons live. Yeah, pretty much. You can go to Walmart and see a lot of aliens there too. So
I found a nurgling at the local Walmart.
really
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it's like I had to buy it for my brother-in-law because he's all about Death Guard, Plague Marines, and all that.
Odd thing to have at a Walmart.
Well, they didn't call it a nurgling, but like, yeah,
It was wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
And it was in like the little babies plushie section. I'm like, this is where we're sending nurglings. Awesome.
Jeez.
For any other Warhammer nerds listening, they might know what I'm talking about.
Everybody else is like, what's going on? Well, that's what happens. Usually, it's funny because I can show all the drawings and stuff that I do to people, and most of them, like my pal Don, he's got about 1 million of my drawings. He's always like, I don't understand any of this stuff that's going on, but I just love your artwork so much. I'm like, thanks, Don, I appreciate it. And then yeah, he actually had to buy an extra cab or shelf for in his living room because he has got so much of my art. I just go there and hang out with him, and then I'm like, here, Don, take this. Here, Don, take this. Take this home, Don. He's like, geez, I got 1 million of these. His fridge is covered in them too, so that's what I'm good for, giving out my drawings when I go places. Anytime I go to a restaurant or anything, they don't realize it, but they're getting a free drawing. Apparently, someone went to Five and Dive, and they're like, hey, Klaus, your drawings are sitting at Five and Dive. I'm like, oh, it's good to know they're still there. The Five and Dive's a dive bar in Edmonton. It used to be at the old Sherlock Holmes pub on White Avenue on Bourbon Street in West Edmonton Mall. And Bourbon Street used to be cool because they used to have all these funky statues, and it was dark and kind of shady looking, probably like the real Bourbon Street. Then, of course, they went and made everything all family friendly, and it's just
took
terrible.
the vowels out of the word bourbon.
Yeah.
And street, so now it's just it's like I don't even know how you pronounce that. It's got no vowels left.
They ruin it because they gotta abbreviate everything now because people are too dumb. Abbreviate stuff. Myrrh. Yes, I am the old man right now, shaking my fist at the cloud. Get off my lawn. Ooh, I'm gonna have a lawn. I can say that. The only thing is the house doesn't have a deck, so I can't be like, hey, my deck's bigger than yours. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You can go say that because you work on decks and properties all the time.
Yeah. I was gonna say we build decks. That's one of the things we do, but you just bought the house, so
yeah, I'm a little
probably can't really afford the deck edition.
I'm a little bit poor at this time.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? If I need a deck, then you can come over and destroy the front yard. And actually, what's cool, there's lilac bushes there. I was correct when I seen them. Hello, Grouchy. Are you a grumpy old bag? Hold on a sec. He's got some crud in her eyeball. I have to remove the crud. Hello, Grumpy. There you go. There you go, Grumps.
I listen.
She's a grumpy old bag, everybody. My long-haired barn cat whiskey. All right, this corner drawing here is going to be a soul jar. This is what they have when they carry him around and they put a soul in it, and then they clone something, or they have a body that needs a soul and they just dump it into the mouth. I'm guessing that's where they do it. I don't think it would be a suppository. So.
Oh, the Jaquita says she used to work at Walmart at night, and you see everything there. A few vampires, a couple of ghosts, and loads of trannies. You might have seen a few aliens. She just kept her head down. Probably the best thing to do in that situation.
Like, I see nothing.
Like, I don't see anything. La, la, la. Going about my business.
I worked at a Little Caesars, and I worked usually the closing shift, and that was on the one on Jasper Ave, or on Stony Plain Road rather. So we always got a lot of interesting customers in there, to say the least, because Stony Plain Road is Stony Plain Road. If you've ever been to Edmonton for more than an hour, you probably know about Stony Plain Road. We've talked about that before.
I worked at a haunted bed and breakfast.
Nice. How was that?
It was pretty tame for the most part. There was one evening though, because I worked the evening shift and it was never really busy. So I have my music playing in the front office, and there was one night that the French door that separated the manager's office from the front desk area, which was latched, and I'm sitting there listening to Green Day, I think it was Longview or whatever, and the door just opens itself. It was latched, and it, like, the way it opens, it goes on like uphill, not downhill. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And just, yep, slowly opened. Okay. And then that same night later on, because there was two sections of the building for the guest rooms. There was like the newer wing, which was built in the 50s, and like the older wing, which is built in like 1900 something. And that's where the office was the old wing. And there's only one person staying in a room in the old section. He wasn't back yet because I'd see him walk by my office. And he didn't. So I'm sitting there, and now I'm listening to Voodoo by Godsmack, and I can hear the floor creaking outside of, like, directly outside the office door, as if somebody was like standing there and like shifting their weight from side to side. That was the most haunting that occurred when I was on shift. And because the room that was directly beside the offices, a couple of psychic mediums had done a walkthrough, and there was an old lady who haunted that room, which makes sense because you could not get the old lady smell out of that room no matter how hard my boss tried. The only other thing was one night as I was going to put the in-house report under the boss's door, in the newer wing, sorry, it was just like I got this just overwhelming sense of I want to get the fuck out of here, which never happened. So it's like, yep, drop the report under the door, fucking hightail it back down the hall and out for the night. I'm like, I'm done. Nope. Not sticking around with that feeling. But yeah. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna see or encounter at work.
I think there's a ghost in my warehouse because I always see somebody walking out of the corner of my eye, and there's only a couple people that work there. And generally, if I see them, like, it's always got a white shirt. It's always like a dude in a white shirt. He's got black hair. Yeah, it's really weird because I mentioned it one time to Denny, and he said that he had seen something weird once, and everybody's always kind of like, I swear I've seen someone like walking through the aisles because I work in a warehouse and there's a whole bunch of shelving, like gray racking and everything. And when someone's walking through it, you can see them just like usually like their neck to their shoulders or whatever, depending where you're standing. And it's always at the corner of my eye, and I always see someone walking by, and they always have a white shirt, and you can see like the side of the head, and it's always black hair. I know there's a mouse in there though. I seen a mouse the other day. Which, unfortunately for that mouse, if Pico finds it, it's going to get eaten. Because Pico likes to eat mice. Actually, more specifically, Pico likes to crush the mouse to death, roll around on it, and then eat it. Yes.
Tenderizing it.
Yep. All right, we're going to color up Mr. Fancy Pants Carl here. Thank you for your lovely ghost story there, Fox. I appreciate it. It wasn't even Halloween either. We snuck a spooky story in there, everybody. It's because we're that good. That's why. All right, there's little Carl with his monocle.
Well, Mystic Journey's house and work are both haunted, but they work from home.
Well, it still counts as two places. I don't know if I'd be able to work from home. I'd probably never wear pants ever again. And I'd forget about it. I'd go up to the store and then get thrown in jail.
The Jaquita saw a shadow figure once, and her coworkers started yelling because she was singing "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Well, looks like somebody who was fearing the Reaper, they got a little scared. Maybe somebody died there, says Baked Beano. Possibly. I wonder if you die as a ghost if you're stuck wearing what you're wearing when you die. Because that'd suck if you were a ghost and you slipped and fell coming out of the shower and died. Because then you'd just be a naked ghost forever, no matter where you go.
Well, the apparition of Dominic's uncle appeared wearing the clothes that his body was buried in.
Good point. Actually, speaking of ghosts, Dave has I remember, if I remember correctly, it's called 108 Haunting of something. I can't remember because it's brand new, but he's doing ghost tours and stuff up in 108 Mile Ranch, where Spaced Out Radio headquarters is. And I believe, let me just check here really quick. If you go to spacedoutradio.com, there is that's not where I need to go. Dave is having a Caribou Con of some sort. I can't remember the exact name. Let me go find it here. You know, you type in Spaced Out Radio and like the main website doesn't even show up. Terrible internet. There we go. Let's see here. I will tell everybody about this momentarily. I believe it's September 20th to the 22nd. Caribou Con. Right, I was incorrect. September 18th to 26th, 108 Mile Ranch. If you go to spacedoutradio.com, there's a link there. So after you're done buying underwear with Dave's face on it, you can go to the link. And I think we have like Grant Cameron. Merle is going to be there. Release the Merle. Let's see who's all going to be here, shall we? Merle will be there. Samantha Mowat will be there. Grant Cameron, Corrine, Leanne, and Kelly from Beyond the Haunting Investigations. I believe there's a man named Dave Scott that will also be there. And let's see who else. Lou Strauss, R. Keith Andrews. You can meet the legendary R. Keith Andrews in person. He'll probably roll dice with you. And Paisley Town will be there. And Brent Thomas, Christian McLeod, Courtney Marcassani, Jacob Rice, and I don't know. I was contemplating going there. I might go there because it's like 2-3 days before my birthday. And then I could hang out with Dave, and he can pay me for all the pizza slices that he owes me. 10,000 pizza slices that guy owes me. That's how Dave pays me, by the way, if anyone's wondering. Pays me in pizza slices. The unfortunate thing is by the time they get here from BC, they're usually squished and really cold. But I can't complain. It's free pizza. But yes, check out spacedoutradio.com. Check out the Caribou Con. And remember, if you come from America, your money is like gold in Canada. You could probably buy like 10 houses for $40. And all our money is really weird. It's all like Monopoly money. It's all colored funkily and everything. But yes, it's fairly cheap for Americans to come up to Canada and buy things. Not so much go to America because, you know, Canadian dollar is just circling the drain, basically. Who earns? But yes, I might be there. Dave will be there. A whole bunch of people will be there. And he tells some he has a new, I think he has a new website for it as well, or a YouTube page. He tells stories about it, all the ghostly happenings. And yeah, he'll get to go there and meet a whole bunch of cool people, especially Grant Cameron, the legendary Canadian Grant Cameron. And oops, a little bit on Mothman's wing there. Yeah, just have a look, and don't forget to buy yourself some underwear with Dave's face on it. That's also important. I believe there's even a Science Blob little poster you can buy. It looks like this. The Science Blob poster. I miss my blob. All right. What color should his jacket be? Carl's fancy jacket.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, if he was Mr. Fancy Pants, wouldn't he be wearing just like the standard tux, black?
Yeah, I guess I could do that. He's not smart enough to go with like a navy blue or anything like that. His research has got him this far, so it's very important. Alrighty. And don't forget, anybody that...
Although, knowing Carl and his, European swimsuit, would probably be some loud, obnoxious color. But that's just Carl.
And don't forget, by the way, anybody that showed up, that is a little bit later to the show. At the end of the show, I'm going to roll some dice, and somebody's going to win this fabulous pair of boobies, and it will come in a magnet so you can stick it on your fridge. So if you have a physical mailing address, or you have a post office box, pick a number between 1 and 100. I will roll some dice, and somebody will leave with a smile on their face because they get some free artwork from me. I'm not sure if anybody that was here. And the only place I can see it, unfortunately, is... Well, I guess I was going to say we're on YouTube, but we're on a whole bunch of different things, so I can see it all. Never mind. Disregard what I was saying. I'm rambling. I'm going to just stop before I hurt myself. Oh, look, cat fuzz. But yes, there will be some giveaway at the end here, because you know what? I buy these little magnets for super cheap, and if I can give some artwork out to somebody, awesome. I mean, what else am I going to do with my printer ink? And then I can make somebody's day. And then I'll be happy. They'll be happy. Everybody's happy. You'll have a little fancy thing for your fridge, and then your friends can come over and be like, what the heck is this? We're like, well, I followed this guy named Dirty Fylth, and he draws cartoons. He's kind of good at it. He's got a really shiny dome. Yes, Undead Jed won last week. His stuff is also on the way. But knowing Canada Post, Baked Beano's stuff will make it to Australia before the other stuff makes it to America, because that's Canada Post for you. Just get lost somewhere. I mailed some stuff through Canada Post to a friend in Northwest Territories, and it never showed up. Luckily, it was just some lip chap and a couple little drawings, but still grinds my gears. Canada Post. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Shake my fist at the cloud again.
Fun fact, if you order glitter from Australia and from the States, the stuff from Australia gets here first.
Damn. I bought a CD from a guy in Texas and a CD from a guy in Greece once, and the one from Greece got to Canada before the one from Texas. I mean, it's crossing like 4 countries and a sea and an ocean and then a whole bunch of land, and it still got here before the Texas. So.
Andrew Gnome's Trucking Express has provided an idea for a cartoon.
Ooh.
Which I did write down. Gnomes, leprechauns, and fairies chasing down lot lizards. Or perhaps the reptilian in the copper.
You know what? Add it to my pile. A lot lizard, eh? That counts as a reptilian, by the way. Thank you, Andrew and Gnome's Trucking Express. I appreciate it. This is the soul jar. I'm going to get this all done because then it'll be out of the way. I got a giant list of ideas and everything that I'm going to get working on. I'm working on my 3rd book, too. So once that's done, instead of doing books, like great big, huge 200-page books that are a lot of labor and everything and intense brain melting, I'm going to do some shorter little magazine type things because it's a little bit easier to do. And also, it'll just have my art. It'll be more frequent. That's the word I'm looking for. Frequent. So yes. But the 3rd book, I'm gonna have to move by the end of May, so it'll probably be out in summertime. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can get it out for the art walk and I can bring all 3 books with me. Which, by the way, if you live in Edmonton or Alberta, or you happen to be in this general vicinity of the world in July, come to the White Avenue Art Walk. I'll be there. Foxx will be there. There will probably be a whole million, an army of plushies will be there. And yes, that's usually where we do most of the adopting for the plushies. Is at the art walk. It's the first day with my new mouth. Just like apparently if you're, those times when you're walking upstairs or downstairs and you forget there's an extra step or one less step and you do that little weird extra step goofiness. Apparently if you say this is what it's like to be in a body again, people look at you strangely. And then you can chuckle at them. All right, we're just about done the old lettering for the soul jar. Thanks again, Andrew and Gnome's Trucking Express, for the brilliant idea. Love it. I may have to make a cartoon out of it. Gotta make sure that the Gremlin doesn't get a hold of it. Gremlin. It's probably downstairs right now as we speak. Piled on top of Mrs. Fylth.
Probably all proud of himself.
Yeah. He's like, look at me, I'm squishing you. Are you bread? Squish, squish, squish.
Are you bread? Can I eat you?
Yeah.
Like devour you?
Just wait till you're dead and then start chewing on your ears and nose.
But if you're bread, I'll do it while you're still alive.
Yeah. Cats. Alrighty. There's the old soul jar. I have to put a little bit more goop in the center here to make it extra goopy. Extra goopy soul jar. So yeah, when they take the soul, they just open up a husk of a body or a shell of some sort, dump her down the old throat hole, and there you go. That's how they get them. Ooh, thank you, Mystic Journeys, for handing out memberships to people. Remember, kids, you can accept free things from people in this chat room, especially if it's candy. You know, they told me people were just going to offer me drugs left and right when I was in school. That's like never happened in my life. Usually. It's like the biggest thing. Like, people are going to offer you drugs when you get older. Just say no. And never happened. Everyone's like, you got to pay for this stuff, mister. Rip. Ooh, I successfully drank my tea without choking on it this time. Nearly died earlier before the show. I took a swig of my tea and
You got rid of all the lumps.
got rid of all the thick, chunky tea. Delicious. All right, on to the Mothman, who's hanging outside with a slice of pizza. Nice clear day, summertime. I forget what that feels like.
Yeah. So now that we're stuck with third winter.
Yeah, we got third winter. It's almost ready for construction season, and then it'll be winter again. Yes, construction season is basically all the time in Edmonton anyway. But
I think it's mud season after winter, or after third winter is mud season.
Yeah, people that live in like Florida or California, they don't know the suffering we go through. Ugh, they don't even know what a snow shovel is. That's how Canadians retire. They strap a snow shovel on their car and drive south, and then whenever someone asks them what that is, that's where they retire. Because it's like, oh, there's no snow. Now I got to do the cheese on the pizza. It's a pepperoni pizza, by the way, everybody. Usually he likes his deep dish. I wonder if Chicago deep dish still exists in Edmonton.
Yes, it does.
Nice. I wonder if it's still good then.
Decent.
Maybe it's just rose-colored glasses flavors, I'm thinking. You know, you always like remember something and then you go do it again or you see it again. It's never the same. Cartoon idea. Used UFOs for sale. Gray's haggling.
I could see Carl doing that.
Yep.
And they'd be all bashed up and dented and scratched because they're the ones that he crashed.
Yeah, he's not good at driving. He really isn't, folks. We had a whole cartoon series about him crashing his UFO. It wasn't even his UFO, that's the thing. The Jaquita says, my coworker and I dressed up as Janis Joplin, and he was Jimi Hendrix. We came running in a Walmart and asked, quick, what year is it? You know what? People probably didn't even blink because it's Walmart. They're like, oh, this is normal. Walmart. Come to think of it, I don't think I've been to a Walmart for a long time. If Tim ever comes to Denmark, Skip to Maluski says, I have a pizza place with free beer for 3 hours. Oh boy. I don't really drink a lot of beer, but I would drink free beer for 3 hours. It's probably good tasting beer. Because apparently the Europeans have good beer. It's the thing, right? You never get to try something and then you try it and it tastes good because you never get to try that thing very often. And then it's like people come to Edmonton and they go, I want to go to West Edmonton Mall. Nah, it's boring. But it's the biggest mall in the universe. Nah, it's not. And then, yeah. I would like to go to Pilsen and try some real Pilsner. Sorry, I had to stretch the old spinal cord muscles out there. Well, I guess the muscles around the spinal cord. Stretching your spine is probably not a good thing to do. It could probably lead to never walking ever again.
I don't know. I kind of would like to have like a medieval stretching rack just for, that morning stretch.
The rack.
Yep. And then if anyone's ever being a total dumbass, just throw them on the rack and, use without any discretion.
That's like the breaking wheel. They used to put people on wagon wheels and smash their bones with rocks and clubs and everything, and it would get all broken and gruesome. And
aren't humans fun?
Yeah.
Aren't we free?
You know what? If that's one thing humans can be proud of, is we really know how to hurt each other.
And come up with some interesting ways of doing it.
Aliens just fly by the planet like, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
It's like, but Frank, we got laser beams. It's like, do you see what those people do? Don't even think about it. We're not stopping there. All right. Let's see here. I need get my blue because I got to finish this blue here around. You know, the only problem with these paints that I got, sometimes it takes forever for the water to actually get paintified when they dry out a bit. Blah, blah, blah. My problem, nobody else's, and nobody wants to listen to me whining, crying about stuff. And I'm just about done all the painting here, folks. And then we can get to the inking, my favorite part. And then giveaway. Make one person's day really good and everybody else resent them. Hate that guy. Wins all the time. All right. Here we go. Looks like a blob of nothing right now, but eventually it will be the most wonderful set of drawings, which will be turned into stickers at some point in time. Oops. 1 second here. I gotta get my fancy old red boy. There we go. It's very important to have a good steady hand when you do this, Jim. Usually I'm all shaky and violent. And there we go. And then little triangle box for the Zombunny. Mr. Domino. Alrighty, there we go. There we are. Excellent. All right, that's done. That's done. That, and that, and that. Oh, gotta do the spaced out radio poster as well. It's good to have spaced out radio poster at the space bar. I mean, it's the official show that plays in the background until 10 p.m. on Mondays. Then it's the definitely not ripoff of X-Files that they play. Starbound Secrets. Alrighty, there we go. And 32 Squared's face. He thinks he's a Soviet satellite, but he's not. It says right on the back of him, manufactured Chicago, Illinois. I believe, if I remember correctly, he is 32 Squared is modeled after a Zenith Century 2 television, by the way. So says my character sheet right there. Yes. He has a green face. He was made in Chicago. I believe 1966 he was manufactured. And he thinks that he was launched into space in 1957, which he wasn't. So, anyways, he's a little delusional, but that's all right. He's a good guy anyway. Reasonable prices. Copenhagen. That's in Denmark. One of my favorite bands is from Denmark. Leatherstrip, Klaus Larsen. I got to see him live once at the Terminus Festival in Calgary. That was a really good show. They drank like 1,000 beers and ate like a ridiculous amount of mushrooms. That's when I seen all those white rabbits.
Well, you either didn't follow them down the rabbit hole or you managed to somehow escape.
Maybe I'm still in the rabbit hole. Where else could I meet somebody cool like you and the missus and find all these weirdos to hang out with and draw cartoons? They pay attention, like, hey, this guy's going to draw cartoons. Let's go watch him. Great. Then we got to do the box color for 32 Squared. I quite like this. There we go. Where's my 32 Squared box color? There he is. Yes. And by the way, everybody, I appreciate if you come and hang out here and sit here for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. I appreciate it. Basically, just going to be doing this anyway. And Dave, with his big brain, is like, why don't you just draw cartoons and have people sit there and hang out with you? I could probably do that. I'm fairly good at rambling about nothing and everything. And, you know, I'm full of interesting information. They got some cool stories. And luckily, my accomplice, Foxx, comes over and hangs out with me. And most of the time, deals with the cat, so I don't have to.
Yeah, they seem to be absent today.
Yeah. No. They're plotting something. It's probably because I didn't have snacks last night for them.
Oh, they're mad at you.
They're all
They're on
gr-
strike.
Yeah, they're on cat strike. I was gonna put the cat cam on today too, but you know, it's pretty bright out because my window faces kind of southish, southwesty-ish, and that's not even a word, but it faces that way, and it's usually bright. That's why you can see all the shadow coming in and everything. Blah 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 blah. So, anyways, rambling away here. I think I missed something here. Let me scroll up for a second. Oh, never mind. I didn't. I'm losing it. Don't pay attention to me, folks. All right. And then the platter with a wine bottle and a beer. A beer. It's probably a nice pilsner of some sort.
Oh, yeah. Question about your art
Answer.
from my boss.
Oh.
Have you ever done watercolor on canvas?
Excuse me. I don't think it would probably work very good. I don't know.
So that's a you haven't.
I don't. I'm just gonna say no. I may have, but I probably didn't. No. So no, I have not.
Okay. Well, then that answers that.
Why does he want me to attempt something strange?
No, because he's attempted to do.
Hold on a second here, folks. The UFO is calling me. Yellow. Thanks. I gotta call you back here because I'm just on the show right now. Okay, love you. Bye. Yes, I say I love you to my dad, my mom every time I talk to them because they do. Anyways,
because he's tried watercolor probably on canvas before, and it turned into one big muddy mess. And yeah.
no, I don't believe I have. I have a certain watercolor paper I like. The Canson is like my #1 favorite watercolor because it allows me to slop all the water all over it and doesn't get too soggy on me. Because I'm just filthy dirty like that and slop all over the place. It's just a complete mess. So I did, however, one time I was about to. I was talking with a guy and he wanted me to do a picture of Wonder Woman on his daughter's wall, and I had gotten all the stuff and I went and got the projector and everything, and I'd done a drawing and I showed him everything, and then the guy just kind of vanished off the face of the earth and I never seen him again, which was kind of lame because I really wanted to do that because I'd never done anything like that, which would have been pretty cool. Yes, the Jaquita is great. Signed, Dirty Filth. What am I looking for here? Oh, yes. The wine bottle. The British wine bottle. There we go. There we go. Put that wine bottle there. And then I got to do the details of Domino. And then inking. And then also, after that, the most important part, giveaway. Someone's going to be happy. Somebody else not so happy. But you should be happy for them anyways. Because you know what? I'm just going to do it again next weekend. Of course, I spilled water all over there. Sloppy, sloppy filth. There we go. Alrighty. And then one more bit here, and then we'll be ready to go. There we are. That's all good there. Oh, put a little extra on that. A little bit more there. And then that. And then final bit. The details of Domino. Then we'll be on to making everything look nice. He's got a bite out of his ear too. I don't know how that happened, but it did. There we are. Yeah, I gotta get some new brushes here pretty soon. Excellent. Ooh, and the tail. Bit of his little bushy tail. Little bushy rabbit tail. There we go. Excellent. All right. Let's get the old number 4, number 5 out. That's very important. Add a little bit of color to that pepperoni slice. It's not very pepperoni slicey color at this time. We'll fix that. There we go. And make the bread crusty, a little crustier color. A little bit underneath there too. Perfect. Look at that. And it's oozy cheese too. None of that crusty cheese. Kitty cam. No, the Jaquita. I didn't have that today because it's too bright out, and I don't know where the cats are right now. They're being pouty because I didn't bring any snacks home yesterday. But that's all right. They'll survive. Because Big Beano gave me $9 trillion Canadian. So any money besides Canadian money is basically you get convert it into Canadian money and you're rich, basically. So, but he supplied like $800 worth of cat snacks. So I'm gonna go to the store and spend $800 on cat snacks, and they'll still just be happy until they're all done, and then they'll sit there and whine, and then Whiskey will pester me at exactly 11 o'clock every single night, like she does. I don't know how that cat knows. She just knows. It's mystery. But yes, 8 o'clock at night, every night, Whiskey's there meowing at me. I believe there should be some cat fur in there. I mean, the cat fuzz is everywhere, considering some people get to work and open up things and there's cat fuzz inside of it. Soul jar. There we go. That happened to Foxx. She went to work and opened up a brand new magic eraser, and there was gargoyle fluff inside of it. Yeah, cats, I tell you. The old soul jar. And then we have to get a hold of Barbara so we can go for some chicken wings and probably French fries. I'll probably have to get fries because I'm starving. All I ate today was a Rice Krispie square provided by Foxx. Thanks, Foxx. I appreciate it. Keeping me alive. Alrighty. The soul jar with its goopy slime on the inside. It's a viscous fluid. It's a great word. Viscous fluid. Alrighty. A little bit of detail in there. And yeah. The soul jar is basically it's a government type thing. They were taught how to collect souls from the aliens a long time ago after a crash, and they do things like make whistleblowers out of it. They call them weird names like David Grush or something like that. Not saying he's a clone or an alien or something like that, but maybe he is. I don't know. All right, that one done. We're going over to this mysterious UFO. I try to do one UFO per sticker pack because, well, gotta make it a little bit of variety on everything, and it's important to make sure UFOs are represented because why would I be here if I wasn't drawing UFOs and aliens? I'm showing off the cats. We decided not really to hang out with anyone today. Jerks. Right. This is the old. I'm not sure if it had these little pointy things on the end, but I just feel like that's what it should have. That's why I draw them on there. There we are. Oh, one more happy little cloud over there. That's the Bobberoff special, happy little cloud. And I would like to say thanks again for you guys hanging out with me and shoot the breeze, and hope you guys are having a good enough time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle origin occurred parallel to Daredevil's origin.
Yes, there was a comment there about the soldier looking like the ooze, but it is now not there. Yeah. Apparently, the Ninja Turtles' origin occurred parallel with Daredevil's origin, and the same thing that gave him his powers is what gave them their powers.
It is basically modeled off the ooze.
Yeah. And like further parallels is Daredevil fights the hand, the Turtles fight the foot. He was trained by Stick, they were trained by Splinter.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm a wealth of useless information.
Hey,
also kind of a comic book nerd.
Well, you know what? You'll have to come over one of these days when we do dice rolling. Before dice rolling, everyone talks all this comic book stuff, and I don't really know a lot of comic book stuff. So, well, hey, you know what? You'll be closer. You can come over more often.
Just be like, hang on, I'm gonna call my accomplice. Just put me on speaker, like, Fox, they're talking comic books again. Oh,
Help me out.
okay.
Oh, sorry, gotta go by. Click. Oh. Oh, yeah. Gooey pizza. Delicious pizza gooiness. Look at that ooze. Just pizza oozing up. Maybe that's why I like pizza so much, is I liked the Ninja Turtles a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was the coolest girl in kindergarten because I had a Ninja Turtles lunchbox.
Yeah, you're pretty cool. And apparently intelligent, and I should listen to you more often. Explicitly told to me by Mrs. Fylth. Alrighty, look at that Mothman. He's all fuzzy. He's got a fuzzy chest. There we go.
Little Mikey YXO says, Dirty, I need you to call my work and tell them I'm having bathroom issues. Laugh cry emoji.
You know what the secret is? If you ever want to stay home, tell your worker, whoever, that your washing machine, you're doing laundry and your washing machine got all hooped and it flooded and you got a ton of water in your basement and you got to get it all mopped up because you never want to have water damage. But yeah, give me your work's number. I'll call them right now. Let's get him fired. I lost my job, Fylthy. Oops. I would feel bad about that. Well, then you know what you'd have to do? You'd have to move to Edmonton and you have to come work in my warehouse. Fylthy's dirty warehouse. That's what I was originally going to call my website, was filthysdirtywarehouse.com, but it was just a lot of extra writing, and I figured, you know what, it's probably better if I just call it filthy.com. Because some jerk took filth.com. Apparently my website's worth like $1,400 American too. So when I went to renew it, they're like, you can sell your website right now for this much money. I was like, no, not happening. I've had it since 1999, I believe.
Oh, he says he's got warehouse experience too.
Oh, perfect.
Shipping.
Excellent. Are you comfortable working around a bunch of rednecks?
And a dog.
Yeah, we'll have to alternate days because Pico doesn't like, Pico's really good with kids and people, but not other dogs. But on the downside, you'll have to live in Edmonton. It's really cold. Can you handle cold weather? Everybody says they can, but then when it comes down to it, you know, even people who live in Edmonton forever bitch about the cold. And then when it gets summer out, we're like, oh, I can't wait for the heat. And then when it's summer, oh, it's way too hot outside. Nobody in Edmonton can make up their mind on anything. It's always too hot. It's too cold. Blah, blah, blah.
Just because we live in it doesn't mean we have to like it.
Yep. Why do we live here? Well,
because there's no giant poisonous spiders and shit.
Yep.
And rats.
Yes, Alberta is rat-free, mostly. Anytime there's rats, they get eliminated swiftly.
And yeah, okay. Grew up in Northern Ontario, so yes to the cold.
Look at that. We get another hoser in here. Big Beano's going to have to move to Edmonton too and work in my warehouse. Sorry, Big Beano, you got to quit your entire career, come work in my warehouse. He just did the dishes, he says. Now he can't stop sweating because it's like 800 degrees. By the way, little Mikey, I have a drawing in Ottawa. It is at Sir Bothwell's house. And the drawing was a picture of aliens hanging out at the Parliament building. And I believe there's a UFO in the background. I can't remember. I don't have the drawing anymore because it's sitting on Sir Bothwell's countertop or wherever he put it, on a wall or something. I gave him one of those frames that has either wall or countertop ability. Oh, excuse me. Holy, what a pig. Yes, you can move to Edmonton and do fancy things like walk through the stinky river valley sometimes. Actually, we have a lot of green space in Edmonton. You wouldn't think it by looking at it, but we do.
We also have a sculpture of big shiny balls.
Yes, we have big shiny balls in Edmonton as well, and a gigantic baseball bat. Because Edmonton's so well known for baseball.
Yep.
Actually, the Riverhawks did pretty good last year. Apparently, I guess they made it to the playoffs of some sort.
Oh, so we do still have a baseball team?
Yes.
No.
They did really good. I guess. I think I might go to it just to. Why not? You'll have like a big tube steak and watch people throw a ball and run in a circle. The American pastime. Actually, the Edmonton River Valley is pretty. Besides all the like random like hobo encampments and everything, there's a lot to go down there. You can go fish in the North Saskatchewan. I wouldn't suggest eating anything that comes out of there, and you might get pulled under by a giant sturgeon. So be careful. I believe there's a portal down there somewhere as well. Hold on a second while I write these letterings. Stick my tongue out to help.
Maybe it's that pot-bellied, ill-tempered, naked, green bearded thing.
The Vodnik?
That's the one.
32 squared. Yeah, I don't know if the Vodnik lives down there, but there's a lot of water, so he might. Yeah, they found a like random like hobo guys had a for lack of a better word, an encampment that had solar power and tile flooring and everything. Except it was all fine and dandy and everything, except for the fact that they were digging around the high level bridge's base.
Oh.
Like, I don't know how, like, I mean, if you're smart enough to put all that stuff together, but dumb enough to try to dig around the base of a gigantic iron bridge, then you probably shouldn't be doing that. Old high level bridge. Sometimes they light the high level bridge's water up in different colors for different occasions. Usually do it on.
Boy.
Oh, is it the boy? Hello, Mr. Gargy boy. I know what you're thinking. He's thinking, I'm gonna rub myself all over Fox's feet because I've got a foot fetish and I'm a sick slut. Aren't you, mister? Yes, he is. Look at him. Well, you can't see him, but he's gonna do it.
Come here.
Alrighty, folks. One more drawing to go, and then somebody's gonna win a prize.
So if you haven't got your numbers in for that, do it now.
Yes, this is the last call for pick a number between 1 and 100. And then once we got all that done, and after I draw my Zombunny here, we'll be doing the rolling of dice. And then someone will have a excellent Saturday. Well, it's probably good anyways because it's Saturday. Even if you have to work, at least, I don't know. You got to sit and hang out with me, and I appreciate that. Vino. There we go. So yes, everybody. Last chance to put some numbers in and win fabulous prize. Because everybody likes free stuff, for the most part. Anybody that says they don't is lying to you. Being a lying liar who lies. All right. I have to sign every one of these. It's very important. Make it official. I think he's vibrating over there now. Yep. The gargoyle is vibrating. He's doing his cat thing. Little cat motor just going away there. All right. Look at it do the carpet. Get that crusty old blue carpet at the space bar. Listen to that thing. Alrighty. Carpet's a little, probably needs to be redone, but you know what? He skimps on it, but the best part is 32 Squared's got good TV, so when you go watch sports, it's not bad. Alrighty, let's get this Zombunny all done here. And we can move on to the important part.
Oh!
Did you get stabbed?
No. I just got headbutted in the nose.
What a jerk. He's just purring. He's got his little cat motor going. Yeah, well, as Foxx profusely bleeds from her shattered nose all over the place because the gargoyle's a jerk, here we are talking about winning things. So her Saturday's gone to garbage. Alrighty. Bunny with an S. They're deplorable and hideous. All right. This grass here, I'm gonna use the old number 5 for the grass. It's way easier. And also for the daisy. It's very important to have a daisy. Try to sneak those in as many drawings as I can. Not quite as good as the purple passion plant, but still good anyway. Little grassioids there. Say well manicured lawn. All right. There we go. Excellent. All right, folks. Last call for sure now to get yourself a number to win fabulous prize of boobies. Oops, I forgot the pink. The ear pink. It's the official color of all the ears. All right. I hope you guys are happy with your choice because it's almost that time.
Jaquita says 32 squared is what she used to play Pong on. Also Frogger.
Good old Frogger. All right. There we go. I'll do a little touch up of those guys later. Yes, thank you for hanging out with me. To do the most important part now. Rolling of the dice. Everybody's got your numbers in there, I hope. Here we go. All right, I'm going to roll the dice. This is how this works. The green numbers are the 10s and the white is the 1s. So this number would be 51. So that's how it works. Let's get this down here a little bit closer so everybody can see the results. Let's see, does that look good? Yes, everybody can see. All right. Ready? Are you ready, mister? He doesn't even care. He's licking himself. All right, good luck, everybody. Wait a second. I think there's I think I can do this here. Anyways, here we go. 96 is the number.
96?
Yes.
This one would be Skip to Maloo with 88.
Skip to Maloo with 88. Holy congratulations, Skip to Maloo. You've won. Congratulations. I'm sending stuff to Copenhagen, apparently. Let's see here. My email at Fylthy.com. There's my email. So just shoot me an email and just give me some kind of physical mailing address or post office box of some sort. And I will get that mailed out to you. Where's the boobies, everybody? Look at the boobies. And then it comes with this fancy little thing and it goes in there. And you stick it on your fridge or your gun safe or your metal lunch bucket if you have one of those. So yes, thank you guys all for hanging out and listening. Congratulations again, Skip to Maluski. You're awesome. Everybody's awesome for hanging out. Fox and I are going to go devour some chicken wings. I have to go to the dollar store. Hello, Dave. If Dave is in here. Is he in here? Did I see him? Scrolling. I don't see him. Well, if you're here, Dave, hello, Dave. But yes, everybody, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. You have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Have a great weekend. And I will see you all next Saturday for more cartoons and also more giveaways because I've got a whole bunch more of these to put together and give out. So I appreciate everyone coming out. Have a wonderful evening. Remain dauntless. Tschüss.